Hello and welcome everyone to a brand new week and a brand new day, right? What are we going to see here? We are going to see how to look at the markets and how to make some money. My name is Radha Venkatraman. I'm the co-founder of New Trader. So I just want to know, is my voice audible? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all of you. Good morning, Rohit. Good morning, Rajesh. Good morning, Athuram, Naveen, Shivkumar. Very, very good morning. Just give me a confirmation if the audio is okay. All right. Okay. So as we get started into the day, let's try and understand how is the week getting set up, what kind of views which we need to take. And before the market gets started, let's also take a look at what are we looking at. All right. So a very good morning to all of you. And like our new trader family, we always like to connect. And it's good to see all of you constantly participating in our sessions. The whole effort is to make you interested in the markets and also show you some ways of making money. All right. So having said all that, let's get started with what's really happening on the ground. Okay, let's see. Let's get started with what's really happening on the ground. So let me share my screen first and let us go into the week. Okay, let us go into the week and see that what's really happening. Okay, what has really happened is we have seen a fantastic move. Okay, it's been a long time since we saw a steady rise in the market. There's a weekly chart of Nifty, and what I have put on the charts is the Ichimoku. So we are seeing that yes, we had made a bottom few sessions ago, which we had discussed in our live session, and from there the markets have steadily gone up. All right. So as far as the weekly charts are concerned, it looks like there is some potential rise, but at the moment, what the rise has done, okay, you can see here the rise which I am pointing here is this move, and the long body candle. Okay, this is a long body candle. It has gone and it has touched the KS line. Okay, so it has touched the KS line, but it is still inside the cloud. So there is some bit of room here. But now, before we get too excited and before we get too excited about the results, we should also understand that we are not in a very strong environment. Okay, so there are a lot of things which we need to factor in, and the way the market is looking like, we had spoken about the prices reaching a price and time match as per our higher study. So but let's try and look at this space. So यहाँ से लग रहा है कि ये एक bullish scenario है, but now if I were to shift it to the daily, okay, if I were to shift it to the daily, what has really happened is that the price has gone very swiftly. And if you see over the last few days, okay, if you see over the last few days, what has really happened is that it has actually gone and hit the upper end of the. As you're going to step into today's session, okay, as you're going to go and step into today's session, you have to be mindful of the fact that yes, markets are bullish. Yes, the results are a mixed bag. So nothing particular interesting about the results. We will talk about the results a little later, but you got to ensure that you don't get too carried away. What really happens is that ऐसे market में सब लोग बहुत excited हो जाते हैं and they start buying more than the usual. How many of you feel that कि suddenly आपका excitement level बढ़ गया है and everyone wants to go long, go long. But then you should realize that going long is fine, but then what is your overall environment? That's what we are trying to do here. We are trying to set the context of what can happen during the week so that we have got some perspective. All right, so that's the part of the preparation. So now when you take a look at the overall situation, you feel that yes, this is the situation on the daily. Now again, let me go back to the weekly. Okay, when you go back into the weekly, what are you seeing here? You are seeing here that there is a potential. Okay, there is a potential for the market to go up, right? So if you ask me what bias I should maintain a cautiously bullish bias. Cautiously bullish bias का मतलब क्या है कि हाँ, मैं bullish रहूंगा और जब opportunity मिलेगी, I will participate, but then I will be very mindful of the movement. Why am I saying that? Because if you are not mindful of the moment, sudden there is some correction and you think कि no, this is a correction in the larger term. So फिर आपका एक confusion बैठ जाएगा. तो अगर मान लीजिए कि अगर यहाँ से चलने लगा तो विंडोज ओपन अप टुवर्ड्स 17,400. राइट, विंडोज ओपन अप टुवर्ड्स 17,400. सो ओवरऑल पोजीशन जो है इट इज डेफिनेटली बुलिश, but then like I said on the daily it has reached an important zone, so we have to see now what could really happen. So yes, you have got some good possibility of some upside. Now if I were to look at the daily chart, all right, so what could be my potential levels to watch out for? All right, what could be my potential levels to watch out for? So first of all, if there is a correction, तो ये है रहा आपका gap. All of you are familiar with the gap, correct? तो ये जो गैप सिनेरियो है, ये गैप सिनेरियो है, दिस कुड बी योर पोटेंशियल जोन. देन यू हैव गॉट योर टीएस लाइन. सो टीएस लाइन आल्सो एक्ट्स लाइक अ गुड सपोर्ट. सो यू आर हैविंग अ गैप हियर, यू आर हैविंग अ टीएस हियर. सो मैं मानकर चलूंगा कि यू नो yes, 16,300 at the moment seems far, but then the current market play, anything can happen. So don't be very optimistic about everything. Anything can happen. That is the mindset which you should have. So now what are the chances? Based on my study, based on what I feel कि ये जो current zone है एक important zone है. निफ्टी यहाँ पर पहुंच चुका है. And if you take a look at Nifty, it is clearly indicating that it is at a very good. आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर भी एक gap है to your extreme left hand side. You can see here that there is a gap here also. So it had problems in the month of June. We have come to the same point. So be very mindful. And I will definitely be booking profits. I've already booked some profits. I'll be again booking profit at this zone and wait to see what the market is going to do. So I'm just sharing with you what is the kind of outlook which I am having, so that you are having a overall perspective. At the same time, now if you go and take a look at the options chain, okay, options chain में देखने पे आपको क्या नजर आ रहा है? ये हमारा options chain में से you are getting to know that the maximum pain point is around 16,600 in the Nifty. Okay, so 16,600 is the place where there is a lot of concentration of the position. और यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे, okay, यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे कि ऊपर के लेवल पे you know higher there is room, so higher levels will be shorted. So it is indicating that there is room till 17,000. Okay, immediate resistance is the current high of Friday. If you were to cross that, then you are having call writing at higher level. And if you see here that 17,000 पे you are seeing a significant build up in OI. उसके बाद आता है आपका 16,800. तो ये क्रॉस कर जाए तो 17,000 तक का जगह तो डेफिनेटली बन रहा है. Now on the positive side, okay, that's on the positive side. So that's what you got to observe, because you can see here, and on the downside you can see here that if you go here you are seeing that 16,500. Okay, 16,500 will be your first level of support, and 16,300 okay will be your next level of support. But यहाँ पर ज्यादा उतना एडिशन नहीं हुआ है. यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर सिग्निफिकेंट बिल्डअप है. तो उस लेवल को मैं मानकर चलूंगा कि 16,500 ऑन द डाउन साइड. अगर 750 या 800 अगर क्रॉस कर जाए तो 17,000 का विंडो खुल रहा है. सो मोटा मोटा एक 500 पॉइंट का एक रेंज बन रहा है यहाँ पे. नाउ लेट्स गो टू द अदर side, which is the bank nifty. Okay, you can see here bank nifty, yes, it has broken out of the cloud as far as the daily is concerned. Okay, bank nifty has been doing well, and you can see here that the steady rise is seen here. Now when you talk about bank nifty, let's also take a look at the higher time frame. So this is a higher time frame chart. So if you see here, okay, now let me add one more thing here which is indicating our bullishness based on the Ichimoku study. You can see here there is a Kumo twist. All of you have been tracking the Kumo twist. So there is a Kumo twist to the bullish side. So this is prompting us to retain the bullish bias. All right. Now this is on the daily chart. Now यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे this is on the weekly. But on the weekly, if you see, now I'll just again go back to the comment. On the weekly, it is still bearish. So that is why I am cautiously bullish. Now again coming back to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, this is the weekly. This is the situation on the weekly. And यहाँ पर भी एक twist आया है. So I hope all of you are getting how we are arriving at a perspective, because this perspective is necessary for you to start the week. Okay. So again, let me go back here and let me go back to the daily chart. You can see here that this is the situation. Overall setup अच्छा लग रहा है. तो इस पर भी हमें गौर करना चाहिए on the OI. Okay, what is the OI situation here? तो यहां पर भी मैं जाता हूं बैंक निफ्टी पे. Let's take a look at Bank Nifty and let's head into the options chain. So when you get into the options chain, we will try and read what is the overall situation. So you will see here that in Bank Nifty, okay, in Bank Nifty, what you are seeing here, all right, is that there is a significant build-up around 36,500. I hope all of you can see that there is a significant build-up in 36,500. So I would be considering this as a good zone, as a support zone in case there is a pullback. And on the upside, okay, on the upside, you will see here that at 37,500, there has been a significant addition to the OI. So now if you want to consider Bank Nifty and looking at the kind of results which are getting declared, so you will expect that this could be the kind of range, 1,000-point range, which is emerging in the Bank Nifty. So now, if you're going to participate on the banking space, looking at the way it has developed, yes, this could be an important zone to watch out for. And as far as the OI data is concerned, you are having a lot of addition around 37,000 and next at 37,500. So यहाँ पर भी काफी room बन रहा है हमें to participate. So first leg on the upside will be 37,000 and the next leg on the upside will be 37,500. And on the downside, we will have 36,500, right? So this is the idea which we are getting. Okay, this is the idea which we are getting from our indices. All right. So from our indices, Nifty and Bank Nifty, this is the perspective which we are getting. Okay. But going into the current week, okay, going into the current week, what are we going to see? All right. So what are we going to see is that we have to see the kind of market participation, and it's going to be hampered by the kind of results flow which are going to come. Plus, there is a Fed event which will dictate. Okay. Now, your question is कि अगर Fed का event हुआ market में अगर एक जोर से fall आ सकता है? My answer is unlikely no. Why am I saying that? Because the Kumo twist जो देखा है हमने, that is quite positive. So prices may not correct very sharply, but we may enter into a range. Plus, this is an expiry week. Plus, we have got the Fed event. So a lot of things are happening. So you got to be a little fast in your action so that you are able to get a good sense of the market. So we'll be discussing about the results and what are the recent results which have come and to come be declared. So the recent results which have been declared, first is Reliance, and then you have ICICI Bank. But we'll discuss about all that. Before that, let's also try and get some perspective about the market. तो हम क्या करेंगे कि हम चलेंगे and देखेंगे first on Neo Trader. Market has opened. All right, market has opened, and I want all of you guys to now tell me what is your sense of the market. We'll be discussing about the results in few moments from now, but what is your sense of the market? Markets कैसे लग रहा है? What is your what is happening to the market? Can you all put it on the chat? कि आपको अभी क्या लग रहा है? What have you understood based on what we have discussed? What are you feeling? What are you observing? Come on, guys. आप लोग भी बताइए मुझे कि आप लोग को क्या लग रहा है मार्केट ओपन पे. We'll discuss for a few minutes and then we'll do some what are the results and which have been declared in this last few days, because this is a very 35% of the index heavy results, weightage wale results is hafte declare hone wale hain. So it is going to be a big challenge for the market, because a lot of news based triggers are going to come in. All right, a lot of news based triggers are going to come in. So okay, let's take a stance, guys. Let's take a stance. So let's see it from the open. Okay, let's see it from the open. And at the moment, market is taking a steady stance. धीमे से चल रहा है, समझने की कोशिश कर रहा है. Okay, Jay Kumar says more on mild bearish. Amit Singh says seems bullish. Okay, caution based bullish. Okay, good. So I want you guys to participate and share with me. I want to know what you guys are thinking, right? Because it will help me to share my views in a different way. Okay, no dark green bullish. Very good, Jay Kumar. Yes, that is the market breadth. Market breadth is very important, क्योंकि market breadth आपको बताता है कि अभी भैया हो क्या रहा है. What are people thinking? People like you and me, and millions of other people like you and me who are participating. Okay, they are participating and they are trying to arrive at an opinion. All right. So now, first up, right from the open, Infi's numbers is helping Infi go up. Can you all see that? Can you all see that? Infi's numbers are helping Infi go up. So what are you essentially seeing? You are seeing that there is a positive response to the Infi result. Correct? Can all of you see that? There is a positive response to Infi result. Right? Why? Because there was a marginal increase in revenue. Okay, there was a marginal increase in this revenue, and the company gave a better guidance. One of the reason was that the company gave a better guidance. So it has started on a positive note. Let's go and take a look at the charts as well. All right. Let's go and first start with Infi. Okay. And then let's move to the other biggie, Reliance. Okay. It actually bumped up from the open, right? It just bumped up from the open, but what are the prices saying? Prices are saying that it's not enough. Marginal increase is not enough. It recovered from the lows, correct? It recovered from the lows, but what has exactly happened? The prices have dipped below S1. And why is that? Because the profit quarter on quarter. So especially when you are taking a look at a company's results, all right? So if it is not a commodity-based company, then ideally a quarter on quarter analysis will give you a better perspective. That's what is my observation. So any company's results, if you're analyzing, if you do a quarter on quarter analysis, you will get a better perspective. Year on year, sometimes you get a different perspective. But if you do a quarter on quarter, you have to see whether the company is growing. And that gives you a better idea to participate, right? So now what has happened essentially is that in Infosys, okay, in Infosys, the acceptance has not been great. There is a recovery from lower levels, but then structurally, okay, structurally, what has happened? Structurally, you are seeing that the prices have gone below S1. So if a price generally opens below S1, okay, if a price generally opens below S1, what do we guys do? We all know that. What do we guys do? We do not participate, right? We do not participate. It is open below S1. So we'll be very careful, correct? We'll be very careful and we will say, let's try and look at some other candidate. So this is the declaration on Infosys. All right, next. Now, let me give you a broader outlook as well. Okay, if this is the setup of Infosys. You can see here, Infosys largely sideways. Or इसमें अगर आप, if you try and use a directional play, okay, so you will know that there is hardly any direction. So best is to wait and watch in Infi at the moment, because you can see here there is a complete lack of action. All right. So let's go to our rolling ticker. Right. First 5 minutes of the day are done. And what I'll be sharing with you is, yes, you have been learning how to use CPR and what I'll do now is I will help you find out how you can go and take a look at some stocks as the market opens. All right. So what I'll do now is when you want to do that, you can select these items, which let's see based on market open. So prices crossing the high of the day. So you can see here any stock that is crossing the high of the day, you will be able to see it. And what I'll do is I'll also take a look at some stocks that are giving me a range breakout sometime later, and stocks which are giving me a Bollinger Band cut. All right. So let me just take a look at that. You all can do the same settings, right? You can do the same setting and you will know exactly as a stock is crossing a particular level, particular threshold. So automatically you know that right at the open, okay? And you can use the down strategy. So when you use the down strategy, immediately you know that yes, based on down strategy, if anything has come, so you can see here that so now previous day low broken, previous day high cross. So you know that it's a very important signal. So we'll use that signal, and anyone who is seeing any stock, you can share your view on the chat based on how you have seen that segment. Okay. So now you can see here that there is a move in Coforge. So Coforge is 2% up. Navin Fluorine is 2% up from the open. So what has happened since the open? Okay. What has happened since the open? That market has been steady. Market has not given a negative view. ठीक है, मार्केट में एक नेगेटिव व्यू नहीं आया. तो अगर आप देखेंगे कि अभी ओपनिंग में क्या चल रहे हैं, okay, ओपनिंग में क्या चल रहे हैं, तो ज्यादातर स्टॉक्स आईटी के आ रहे हैं, राइट. And what you are seeing is that a stock which performed well in the last week, which was LTTS. LTTS अब दोबारा चल रहा है. So let's go and take a look at LTTS. Okay, let's go and take a look at LTTS. Let me put a 5-minute chart here, and let's take a look at LTTS. So you can see here that LTTS has given a good move. It's crossing R1. So एक अच्छा move आ रहा है आपको यहाँ पे. You can see here that there was a nice consolidation. Correct. There was a nice consolidation. So एक squeeze हो गया यहाँ पे. एक squeeze से वो यहाँ से उठ रहा है यहाँ पे. Right. So it's a very good move. There is a nice squeeze here, and then there is a strong thrust to the upside. So what is happening here? There's a nice squeeze, and then there is a strong move. So now if you go into your rolling ticker, and if you add one more feature, which is called as the for your momentum, either ADX or RSI. So आपको दोनों में से कोई भी momentum पे आपको एक indication मिलेगा, so it will add to your move. So you can see here that prices are moving above R1. So another name which we saw is Coforge. So what has happened in Coforge? Coforge has crossed the previous day high. So yes, you can see here LTTS is a name. Okay. Then we have Coforge. Coforge is crossing previous day's high. So you can see here now, right? हमने कहां पर देखा? हमने डैशबोर्ड पर देखा, and we are seeing a move here. So Coforge has crossed R1, correct? So where is our target? Our target is at R3, right? Our target is at R3. So it's made a nice consolidation here, and then it is going to R3. How did I go to Coforge? All I did was I used my rolling ticker plus I used my dashboard, and वहां से मुझे एक idea मिला. And yes, IT is on a recovery mode. IT is on a recovery mode. So IT sector जो है, okay, IT sector जो है, it has corrected almost 50% of its rise, right? You can take a look at the post which we have put on Sikinar and Insight. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, okay, मैं आपको बताता हूँ ck.com site. Let me just show you that particular post out here. Hold on, guys. So how many of you are getting some idea? How many of you are pointing to what you need to do? Okay. Just a minute. Let me just take a look at the questions. Yes, Jay Kumar, Coforge is correct. ICICI Bank. Okay. You can see here that we had done a post last week. You can see here that the IT index. So there's a post here. You can go and visit this website cknarayan.com insights. जो हम आपके साथ डिस्कस करते रहते हैं तो उसमें ये दिया हुआ है. So let me again go back to my questions. All right. Okay. So the view on ICICI Bank. Okay. Coforge तो हमने देख लिया. Right. Coforge is on the move. And this indication I got from my rolling ticker. All right. So what happens is that a previous day high cross is very helpful क्योंकि आपको पता चलता है कि ये किसमें अभी है. तो लॉन्ग का तो देख लिया हमने. अभी देखते हैं कि शॉर्ट में कुछ बन रहा है क्या, बिकॉज आई सेड दैट मार्केट इज कॉशियसली बुलिश. तो अगर कुछ शॉर्ट बन जाए तो शॉर्ट भी देखेंगे, बट एक ध्यान पर रखना है कि शॉर्ट करेंगे तो जल्दी कवर करना पड़ेगा. This is Bandhan Bank. Okay, Bandhan Bank is -2%. That's just one shot. So don't get, immediately don't rush into a shot. Like our founder says, never sell the dull market. Why? Because a dull market is a, तो उसमें अगर आप शॉर्ट करेंगे तो आप फंस जाएंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पर कोई व्यू नहीं बन रहा है. अगर कोई व्यू नहीं बन रहा है तो उसमें जाकर आप पार्टिसिपेट करने जाएंगे तो आपको प्रॉब्लम होगा. I hope all of you are understanding this particular aspect. All right. So let's take a look at some more setup. What are you guys getting? And where is some movement seen? You can see here now Infosys is coming up. So Infosys from the open has come up 2%. IT sectors are performing. So Infosys somehow has managed to recover from lower levels. All right. But then I'll still stick my gun with Coforge because I can see that there is a good movement seen here. You can see here that anything, okay, if you want to go long or if you want to go short, the ideal scenario for that should be that it has to open above the pivot. If you want to go long, it has to open below the pivot if it has to go short. तो अभी हम जाकर देखेंगे कि अभी जो है, जो रिजल्ट्स आए थे, okay, let's talk about let's get into the result space as well. All right, before that, I want all of you guys to go and comment on the chat and tell me what are you seeing. Okay, comment on the chat and tell me what are you seeing. Okay, SBI weekly Kumo twist says Ismail. We'll get into SBI, but first let us get into some more names which had the results. All right. So let's have the results. Let's go and check out the results name. You can see here, if you are part of, I had done a webinar on Saturday where I had said that Reliance is looking iffy. All right. I had said that Reliance is looking iffy and it looks very precarious. Okay. It looks very precarious. So you have to be very careful. Right. So ये जो Reliance का setup है, clearly कह रहा है कि it is on a negative territory. Why? Because Reliance के जो results थे, okay, Reliance के जो results थे, first we got to understand that Reliance is a diversified company, right? And when you do a comparison of the Reliance results, right? What I found is that its entire gains which they had shown, okay, the entire gains which they had shown was largely due to the windfall gains. और विंडफॉल गेन्स कैसा है कि अगर आपका जो आपका ट्रेडिंग रिजल्ट्स है उसमें से अगर आप एक बिग विनर रियली बिग विनर को आप हटा देंगे तो क्या फिर भी आप प्रॉफिटेबल है? आर यू स्टिल प्रॉफिटेबल इवन इफ यू रिमूव द बिग विनर? दैट इज व्हाट इज समथिंग यू हैव टू सी सो दैट you can verify your process. So what I saw was that was not happening, and as a result I was very skeptical about Reliance, and that's what I had mentioned it in my webinar as well. So you can see here that the pain continues to exist. Okay, the pain continues to exist, and even if you talk about the growth in the ARPU, which is the average revenue per unit of their Jio, तो आप देखेंगे कि Bharti is really catching up. So Bharti is really catching up. The hold which Jio had earlier in the telecom space, Well, it's still there to an extent, and they are just claiming some details. But then when you actually look into the metrics, you are not getting a really good impact. So there has hardly been any growth, and that is why you're seeing that the details, finer details, people have read into it, and that's why you're seeing that there is a continuous pressure. And now what this could do to the market? Now, what this could do to the market? This can impact our story or our theory of going up towards 17,000. Why? Because Reliance is one of the most impactful stock, and yes, it does play a part. और आप देख रहे हैं कि रीजन जो है मिक्स बैग, राइट? और उसी की वजह से ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. सो रिलायंस इज नेगेटिव, करेक्ट? नाउ quickly let's go into the, you can see here markets are already reacting. Markets are already reacting. This is the chart. This is a weekly chart. I said that we had reached the resistance. Now this is the daily chart. Daily पर भी ये सिनेरियो है. So मेरा एक आपको सजेशन रहेगा कि don't get too aggressive, or try to ensure that you are having a one long and a one short. So great. So some people are also doing shorts. Very good. And I can see that you have booked some profit as well. Very good, very good. So अगर short की तरफ देखना है तो हम let's go and take a look at the results of Kotak Bank. So in Kotak Bank, yes, the results were muted. Okay, this is a daily chart, right? In the Kotak Bank, the interest income was nothing great. Plus, the overall income also had reduced compared to previous quarter. So overall, it was a very muted result, or a negative result. You can say muted to negative. But then the markets feel that they have already discounted it. So अगर आप देखेंगे कि इसमें अगर आप 15 minutes की चार्ट लगाएंगे, यहाँ पे इंट्राडे चार्ट लगाएंगे, you are seeing a nice move here to the upside. So let's also see on a shorter time frame based on Ichimoku, whether we are getting a setup. You can see here that there is a positive crossover. So now what will happen is that if Kotak were to cross this, okay, let's put an alert here. I'll just put an alert here. And let's see now whether are we going to get an alert about this. So then Kotak will become a good buy opportunity for us for an intraday play, right? Why? Always you got to see whether the news is discounted or the news is addressed. Like in the case of Reliance, the news was not discounted. The news impacted the price. And so you can see that there were some expectations built in which have got nullified. And that is why you can see the pressure in Reliance. And it is impacting the market. So now when such moves happen, you got to be careful, and you got to play on both sides of the trend. All right. So now you are looking at some other stock. Okay, very good. So book profit based on open low in Nifty, says Vinagam. Awesome. Vinagam says book profit in ICICI Bank. Very good. So now compared to Nifty, what is Bank Nifty doing? Right? You can see here that the Bank Nifty is faring much better. Correct? Very good. Deepak says book quick profit in Coforge. Awesome, Deepak. Fantastic. Yes, book profit in Infi. Very good. So what you have to do always is check the news and check the setup. So based on whatever we are seeing right now, we had said that Nifty, Bank Nifty is looking better than Nifty. Correct? That's what we had said. And we had mentioned the level of 37,000 as the first step, 37,500 as the next step. So now what is happening is that in Bank Nifty, it has made a high of 36,988, which is around 37,000. So let's see what happens next. All right, let's see what happens next. So maybe let's get into an intraday play and see then. So yes, nothing happened to Kotak Bank. ICICI Bank results were much better. And you can see here, it has gone up till R3. Correct. It has gone up till R3, and at the moment it is struggling. So R3, we are familiar with our levels. So now, those who miss Kotak, those who miss ICICI Bank, all right. Some of you feel कि मेरा ICICI Bank रह गया, okay, मेरा ICICI Bank रह गया, and I have not been able to participate in ICICI Bank. Not to worry. So if you see here that if there is a strong move above this zone, then it could become a very good opportunity. So again, I will put a trigger here to see if prices are really crossing this. The price has spent sufficient time in consolidation. तो अब एक नया मूव देखने मिलेगा हमें, because bank is moving, right? If you want to concentrate on one sector, I would say that the sector is the banking space, right? So you can see here now, IndusInd Bank. IndusInd Bank is crossing the previous day's high. So previous day's high is a very important, right? Previous day's high is a very important, you know, factor to consider. So always keep a look at the previous day's high. All right. So great show, great show. What about the others? What about the other guys who are tuned in right now? What are you guys seeing? What are you guys seeing? अगर आईसीआईसीआई बैंक के नतीजे भी उतने कुछ खास नहीं थे, because the quarter on quarter growth was nothing great, but then what was good in terms for ICICI Bank was the increase in their interest income. Why? That interest income is very important because a regularity of flow is seen. It is seen that the bank is working quite well, and then that is helping the prices to go up. So between, if you compare ICICI Bank and Kotak Bank, I would say that try and go long in ICICI Bank, because ICICI Bank looks to be a much better setup. Even if you go on the daily chart, right? Even if you go on the daily chart, you can see here that clearly there is no, I don't have to give you any clues. सबको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे कि ICICI Bank is a clear winner, right? That is why I can see here somebody has already booked, Vinayagam has already booked profit in ICICI Bank. But what about the others? All right. What about the others? What are the others doing? Yes. Kirit ji, आप क्या कर रहे हैं? And I'm waiting for some more people to say what have they done. What have you traded? Bank Nifty positive. Yes, Shivkumar, Bank Nifty is positive like we discussed. And as we are speaking, why don't you guys go ahead and hit your like button on this? I would like you all guys to take 2 minutes and hit a like button on this video, because we're going to be discussing more such things. And you already seen here that we have discussed quite a lot of interesting things. But एक 5 second का break लीजिए और please share your love and support. Hit a like button on this video, because your love and support is what brings all of us back for doing such session. Okay. Karan says SRF. Guys, okay. Madhu says entered IndusInd. Awesome. What about the others? Come on, guys. What about the others? क्या देख रहे हैं आप लोग? क्या समझ रहे हैं आप लोग? What are you guys observing? What are you guys doing? So now if you see here, market continues to hover around this area. ये तो daily chart हो गया. अभी हम intraday पर ही चलते हैं, और intraday में जाने के लिए हम जाकर देखें SRF. All right, SRF is 2% up. So let me go here and let me try and put here on a lower time frame. Okay, why don't we go and check based on our Ichimoku dashboard on what are we getting in the Kumo twist. Okay, Kumo twist bullish. All right. So you are getting here on Kumo twist bullish. Let's remove the daily weekly. Let's keep only 30, 60. So you are getting here. This is Kumo twist bullish in Muthoot and Power Grid. But then between Muthoot and Power Grid, not much of action. So let's leave these stocks aside. Nothing interesting on Kumo twist page. So let's again go into a CPR page. Or better is that let's put on the CPR, right? Let us put on the CPR and let us check what are the trades which we are getting. Okay. At the moment, what trades are we getting? What trades are we getting and which sector? So I'll turn the change now option on, and I'll see that yes, Shriram Transport, Hindalco, Tata Steel. Okay. So Shriram Transport, Hindalco, Tata Steel. These are the charts which are coming up. So let's talk about Tata Steel. Tata Steel has its results today. So let's go and take a look at Tata Steel. You can see here Tata Steel, right? Tata Steel has hit R3. Okay, Tata Steel has hit R3. This is the daily chart of Tata Steel. Okay, Tata Steel looks to be on a recovery mode, correct? Tata Steel looks to be on a recovery mode and आज उसका result है. तो options में से are we getting any inputs? Let's go and take a look at that. So ये Tata Steel के derivative segment में जाकर let's take a look at what readings are we getting. So Tata Steel is moving up. So Tata Steel का आज results भी है. So what you can see here, okay, what you can see here is that there has been some addition here. Okay, currently it's trading at 950. So there has been some reduction here in the OI. Is there any build up at higher levels? There is a build up. There was a build up at 1000 and there is a reduction there. And on the put side, you can see here. Okay, on the put side, you can see here at 900. Okay, at 900 and at 920. So these are the two levels of support you are getting. Okay, these are the two levels of support you are getting on Tata Steel, 900 and 920. First is 920 and then it's 900. And then on the upside, it is 1000. Okay. Now, when you translate that into the chart, you can see here that there is a steady move here. So now, if you talk about the cloud, if it goes towards 1000, it will enter the cloud. All right. So it has got some room here. So, right at the moment, it is giving us a good intraday play. You can see here, nice move above R3, right? Sorry. Nice move above R3. So you can see here, it spent quite a sufficient time in consolidation, right? Now it's giving us a nice move. So it could be a quick trade. Tata Steel could be a quick intraday play. And it definitely looks interesting. So it's a good move above R3. अगर आप इस पर 5-minute chart भी डालेंगे, you can see here that you're getting a nice closing above R3. Okay, it reached 37K. Ganeshan says UBL, Madhu says entered IndusInd Bank, which we have covered. Okay, right. So let's go on. HAL is a CPR buy. Okay, let me hang on, guys. Let me put on the CPR as well. All right, hold on a moment. Let me just open this. Hang on, I'll open the CPR page. Meanwhile, let's put on HAL out here. So what do you guys see in HAL? Okay, this is the chart of HAL. So what are we seeing in HAL? This is what HAL is looking like. So let's go and do some analysis on HAL. Okay. So if you want to do an analysis on any stock, HAL is a favorite amongst many. HAL is a favorite amongst many. So let us see what is HAL telling us. Okay, this is the move of HAL. So it's a day change. What are we seeing here? That yes, it's got a positive Ichimoku bull score. Of course, the candlestick score is nothing great, but it has got a positive Ichimoku bull score. So now when it's got a positive Ichimoku bull score, so definitely it makes a good contender. And you can see here that it has crossed R1. Okay, it has crossed R1. So which makes it a very interesting candidate to track. Okay, it makes it a very interesting candidate to track. But then you got to understand that if you're going to go long, keep a track of Nifty. Even if you take a 15-minute chart now, it's 945. So Nifty is on the way down, and this is your base around 600. So you have to be very careful because Nifty is correcting. So have a mixed position, have a long as well as a short. All right, have a long as well as a short. So I would recommend all of you to take a look at some short candidates and also so that you have got one short candidate as well. What is the dashboard saying? Let's also take a look at the dashboard. HAL at the moment has crossed R1, but if you see on a consolidated view, so you can see here that there is not much of action here. Okay, there is not much of action here. Very lackluster action. So now when you take a look at the stock in this way, you will be able to get a much clearer idea. So that's what I do. I go and take a look here at this here and I get a overall picture. So yes, an intraday move, but then not much of activity here. So HL largely will be a intraday play. All right. HL largely will be a intraday play. Now let's take a look at some other names. What about Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty, you can see here. Bank Nifty is also reacting from 37,000. Nifty is also not doing okay. So it is a time to be cautious, right? I had mentioned about being cautiously bullish. So I would advise all of you to be cautiously bullish. तो cautiously bullish का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको सारे longs को exit कर देना है. Okay. You have to also look at some short candidates. So what short candidates are you getting? Can someone tell me any short candidate? What short candidates are you getting? And why should we go short in that candidate? जो आप बोल रहे हैं. Whatever short candidate you are getting, can you tell me why should I trade that? Yeah. Any suggestion for short candidate? Okay. So I found out a short candidate and that's in Oro Pharma. You can see here, this is the Oro Pharma based on the CPR levels, right? You can see here the center is a CPR. Let me no, change the color a little bit so that you can check it out. The one in the gray is the CPR. So you can see here that I've been tracking this stock. You can see here that it broke down, it broke S1 and it's giving us a good sell opportunity. Now, what are the other sell candidates are we getting? So let's also take a look at the dashboard. All right, you can see here that market has slipped into the red, right? And if you slot it from the open, now, yes, Coforge did go up a little bit, but then it has stopped. Largely because the market is not having a pull to the upside. And why is that happening? That is happening because Reliance is creating a big dent on the move. Okay, Reliance is creating a big dent on the move. So that is the reason why. So IT stocks are moving, but not much move seen on the others. So what about the others? Anyone done anything? किसी ने किस पे काम किया है? Have you worked on any aspect? Okay. Check on Wipro. All right, let's go ahead and check Wipro. Okay, let's go and check Wipro and let's see what is happening to Wipro. Okay, right. So what do you see in Wipro? Wipro essentially is in a no trade zone. Okay, Wipro essentially is in a no trade zone. So अगर no trade zone में अगर रहेगा तो कोई काम करके मतलब नहीं बनता है क्योंकि अगर ये no trade zone है, ओके अगर ये नो ट्रेड जोन है तो इस पे आपको ट्रेड नहीं लेना चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ नो ट्रेड जोन. व्हाई? बिकॉज पिवट टू R1 और पिवट टू S1 अगर इसके भीतर जब ही रहता है सो देयर इज नो रियली पॉइंट इन पार्टिसिपेटिंग, राइट? दैट्स द होल आइडिया. You can only participate when there is some clarity. So at the moment we are not having any clarity, right? So let's again, okay, let us again go back to our rolling ticker and we are seeing that there is some bit of weakness seen in the auto space. Okay, there is some bit of weakness seen in the auto space. चलो ऑटो में जाके देखते हैं कि क्या नजर आ रहा है. Okay, you can see here that there is some weakness seen in the auto space. So why don't we go and open the sector? सेक्टर में जाकर देखते हैं कि सेक्टर में क्या कुछ क्लू मिल रहा है हमें. Okay, you can see here from the open which what kind of sector you can. Sector is also not moving much. There is some bit of action seen on the textile front. Okay. Yes, Indian Hotel has moved up, and I believe one of you had put on Indian Hotel. Somebody had booked profit on it. Yes, it was Vinayagam. Great job, Vinayagam, on Indian Hotel. So you have to wait for the R1 to exceed in Wipro, then only you'll be able to see some movement. So you can see here that there is a mixed bag. Or IT may we had discussed Coforge continues to lead, right? And emphasis is giving a follow through after its result. And Infi, yes, marginally it came up, but like I said, any stock that opens below the pivot, I would not be. Instead, I would look at some other stock from that same sector. So the weakest, as you can see here, okay, the weakest sector, as you can see here, is the pharma space, right? Pharma space में काफी bearishness है, and you can see here all these guys are there. So now if you want to select a stock, okay, if you want to select a stock, half an hour of the market is over. Now you want to select a stock. So how can we improve our focus, right? That's what we have to see. So now what we'll do is we'll just quickly take a look at this rolling ticker. Hold on a moment. So let me just show you how to set it up, and I'll just show you how I go about. Okay, so that it makes your जॉब easier. So अगर रोलिंग टिकर में अगर मुझे कोई फार्मा का नाम ढूंढना है, राइट, सो weakest is Lupin. So when I see Lupin, I see here that Lupin has given me lot of triggers, right? So it is a CPR buy, it is a Fibonacci pivot buy, so it makes my job easier. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make my job easy. So जितने ज्यादा पैरामीटर्स उसको कवर कर रहे हैं, तो फिर वो हिसाब से आई विल गो हियर. ओके, लुपिन इज देयर, ऑलराइट. सो let us go and check Lupin and find out what is happening here. You can see here, yes, Lupin spent some time and then it has now given a breakdown. So you can see here that it has given a breakdown. It is reacting, but then you can see here that the breakdown has emerged. So ये है. Then let's reel out some names. Dr. Reddy. Dr. Reddy has given a fresh breakdown. You can see here, Dr. Reddy has given a fresh breakdown. So between Lupin and Dr. Reddy will be a better sell candidate. Why? Because it has broken below S3, right? And the weakness is there in the pharma space. और आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पर एक pivot confluence हुआ है और वहां से it is going down. So Dr. Reddy gives us a very good opportunity here to go short. और अगर आपको इसका स्टॉप लॉस रखना है तो ये इसके ऊपर होगा, प्रीवियस डे लो के ऊपर होगा. So it's a very good setup for a short side. Why? Because you saw the sector, you saw the market, and you are willing to participate on the downside. I hope all of you are getting some idea as to how we are going about and how you will be able to do. Okay, Cooking has already booked profit in Dr. Reddy. Yes, Dr. Reddy is showing a fresh sell here. So I would be a seller here in Dr. Reddy because it is definitely on the weaker side. और अगर आपको markets में कोई short करके काम करना है तो Dr. Reddy is giving us a very good opportunity. एक consolidation से गुजर रहा है और उसके बाद एक breakdown देख रहा है आपको, तो ऐसे वाले trades और better है instead of just buying on the rise or selling it as it's falling. So it makes it very challenging for you to set your targets and stop loss, right? So now if you take a look at the overall market, अभी हो क्या रहा है कि markets में एक fall देखने मिल रहा है आपको. Okay, now this fall, markets Nifty has also crossed its range break. Nifty में भी एक range टूट गया है. Right now it is going down. So जो daily chart देखा था हमने, right? We had said that it had come to the gap resistance, it had come to the June high. So Nifty is moving in line with what we had mentioned, right? Nifty is moving line with what we had mentioned. We had mentioned that we are at a resistance zone. It is advisable to exit your position, reduce your position, raise your stop loss. But then it was for a call of Nifty hitting resistance, right? That is the point which you got to note. And that is the reason why all of you wonderful people who are joining us live are able to get that advantage of some bit of work which we do over the weekend to give you an idea of what is happening. Is the market going to turn bullish? Answer is no. Is the market going to turn bearish? Answer is no. Why? Because the market is at such a stage where it is trying to discover. So what we have to do is we have to see how to have a prudent strategy. The most important thing in the market today is how to have a prudent strategy with which we can participate. क्योंकि रिजल्ट सीजन है, रिजल्ट्स उतने भी अच्छे नहीं है जितने दिख रहे हैं. Sorry. And the stocks which are impacting the results, उसका ध्यान देना जरूरी है. Because if you don't concentrate on those names, then you will always have a problem. So like I spoke about Reliance, I spoke about Infi. So what has happened is now that you are having a mixed bag, plus the bigger names are not able to live up. This is going to be a result driven week. So all of you should curtail your expectation and then participate. That will be my suggestion to all of you. But then at the end of the day, you are the master of your own riches, right? So how do we see the week going ahead? We see that the week is going to be fraught with a lot of caution, but there are going to be plenty of opportunities. Okay, there are going to be plenty of opportunities, and all you have to do is keep track of our sessions, connect with our sessions. अगर आपको कुछ query है, तो you should post it on our chat box. You should post it as a comment, right? I want all of you to go and comment on what did you like about this particular session today? What was your finding from the session today? What did you observe? So, आपका comment matters a lot to us because your comment is what helps us come out with different perspective, right? So, if you don't share with us what you have learned, what you have not learned, then how can we come and improve? Because just like you, we are also learning every day, right? Just like you, we are also learning every day. And whatever we are learning, we are willing to come and share with you in live market. Now, when we share, we want to ensure that you also gain something out of it. That's the reason why we are asking you to comment on our video. We are asking you to like our video because your love and support is what brings us back every day, right? So now let's again go to the other index, Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty में अभी क्या बन रहा है? Okay, Bank Nifty में एक ड्रैगन फ्लाइट डोजी बन रहा है यहाँ पे, और ये एक अच्छा साइन नहीं है. Okay, ये एक अच्छा साइन नहीं है. So you got to be very careful. Okay, you got to be very careful now. All of us get excited, जैसे कि मैंने कहा था. But अब अगर आप देखेंगे on a lower time frame, okay, right? I spoke to you about HAL also. So be very clear. Okay, be very clear on what's happening. You can see here that Bank Nifty. Okay, let me just hide this guy. What has happened in Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty went to our first target of 37,000. Then what did it do? It has given a pullback. Pullback to where? Our support of 36,500. Can you guys see it? Right? So 36,500 is here. All right. Now 100 points short, 36,600. Right? It has come till there. Why? Because the pivot is there. So pivot is acts like an average. Okay, it acts like an average. So it's always a reaction to the mean. Pivot is a reaction to the mean. So यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं कि pivot पे एक reaction हुआ है और यहाँ से hold करके अब ऊपर जाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. So you're going to have these kind of scenarios over the next few days. So it is always good to adopt a buy on dip and sell on rally strategy. That would be a better way to participate rather than trading on breakouts, especially in this week, right? I hope all of you are getting some insights. You're able to understand what the market is doing and what you are doing in the market, because dono important hai. Not only what the market is doing, you have to know what you are also doing in the market. क्योंकि अगर आपको मार्केट क्या कर रहा है पता है, बट अगर आप उसमें कुछ करेंगे नहीं तो फिर फायदा क्या। आप आपका कीमती समय देकर आप यहाँ पर आए हैं, तो आपको भी तो फायदा होना चाहिए, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डिलीवर एवरी डे. So now again coming back to our rolling ticker, what our rolling ticker friend has to say. Okay, let's get off with this. You can see here right now we are Navin Florin has been on an upward traction since morning, but apart from that, you can see here our pharma friends are having a tough time, right? Our pharma friends are having a tough time, and that is the space. So let's again go back and check what has Dr. Reddy done. Hey, meanwhile, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Okay, Dr. Reddy has given a recovery here. Yes, but I still maintain the bearish position. Vinayagam says Apollo Hospital looks good above R3. Okay. Let us go with Apollo Hospital and check out what this guy is doing. Yes. Good one. Good find, Vinayagam. Very good find. Yes. Apollo Hospital seems to be defying the trend. And you can see here that there was a good pullback. Pullback to R3 is a good approach. Pullback to R3. कभी ऐसे हो जाता है कि movement swift हो जाता है and then there is a pullback. So here I would like to, use my friend rolling ticker and ask him कि Apollo Hospital में और क्या देखा आपने. Yes, you can see here that Apollo Hospital में एक बॉलिंगर बैंड कट देखा, एक प्रीवियस डे हाई क्रॉस देखा और ADX बुलिश देखा, right? Vinayagam, I hope you are seeing it. That these three things makes it a good candidate. Why? Because there is a move in the trend direction. Okay. Now trend strength has improved, right? And there is an expansion in volatility. Along with that, it has crossed the previous day's high. So it makes it a very good candidate for today. So that's how you got to see ki where all it is getting featured, what all is happening. And that way, this rolling ticker page helps us quite a bit, right? So you can see here that Apollo Hospital is moving up. But then, hold on. Why I'm saying but then? Because what I need to see here, is that is there a decent size candle that is getting formed? Point number one. Okay. Because I am going to be participating in Apollo Hospital right now. If I already participated above this, then perfectly fine. My stop loss is at 4180, done and dusted. Now, if I'm going to participate in Apollo Hospital, I got to wait for a 5-minute candle at least. ना 5 मिनट तो रुक सकते हैं ना. 5 मिनट भी नहीं रुकना है तो फिर आप मार्केट में भी आना मत. 5 मिनट तो रुकना चाहिए. तो 5 मिनट का कैंडल अबव R3 बहुत क्रिटिकल है. So those who are watching me, I would say Apollo Hospital is a good bet, but then I would wait for a 5-minute candle to form above R3. That will make it a very, very good candidate for long. Why? Because of the factors which I discussed. Got it? Okay. What have you guys? All right. So Asian Paints. Okay. Aryan says Asian Paints. Okay. Asian Paints को देख लेते हैं. पहले मैं क्या करता हूँ, डेली चार्ट पर जाकर देखता हूँ कि एशियन पेंट्स कैसा लग रहा है. Yeah, better why don't I go to stock analyzer only to get a perspective? कि HL से हमें HL you saw how we analyzed using stock analyzer. See, that is the beauty of stock analyzer. It gives you a perspective. It gives you an idea कि इस स्टॉक पे आपको करना क्या है जो आपको easily मिलेगा नहीं. So you can see here that at the moment, right? At the moment, what is happening is that Asian Paints, okay, Asian Paints has moved quite well. So it's a good buy on a multi-day. But on the intraday, right? On the intraday, it is stuck. It's got a good score. It's got a good score. But then what I'm finding is that it is stuck. So let's see where is it stuck and how is it stuck. This is Asian Paints. You can see here. And if you see here that there is a gap area, I hope you can see that, Aryan. There is a gap zone here. And in this gap zone, Asian's paint is stuck. Is the setup bullish? The setup is definitely bullish. Why? Because you can see here that the steady rise is there. Plus, you have got a support from momentum. Okay. Now, to cross this, what it has to do? So let's go to the 5-minute chart now. And you can see here, right? You can see here that it is stuck in a no trade zone. How many of you can see that? It's stuck in a no trade zone. अगर नो ट्रेड जोन में के भीतर है तो आपको काम नहीं करना है. अंडरस्टैंड? एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि अगर आपको वैलिडेशन चाहिए, ओके, अगर आपको वैलिडेशन चाहिए तो मैं जाकर देखूंगा कि कौन बता रहा है कि एशियन पेंट मैं बाय करूं. देखिए यहाँ पे nobody is even saying that either there is an expansion in volatility or it is crossing previous day's high or there is a CPR candidate. Nothing is there. Nothing is happening. So Asian paint is an avoid as of now, right? Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you today, and I'm sure that all of you have got some idea on how we are viewing the market, how we are understanding the market. Well, there are going to be a lot of results, etc., which are going to be declared, about which we will see the setup. We will get some insights on some of the results and find out कि काम कैसे करना है उस पे. But then at the moment, we are having a very sedate start to the day. Nifty is under pressure, and we got to see whether the results that are going to be declared in the coming days are going to have an impact. There's already a Fed event which is there. So a lot of event-based situations out there. Okay, Vinayagam says Indian hotel booked. Awesome, Vinayagam. So that's how we are going to move ahead, and we're going to catch up tomorrow once again. We will see how the Nifty is poised. Now, ये हमने डेली पर्सपेक्टिव से देखा, इंट्राडे पर्सपेक्टिव से कैसा लग रहा है उसके बारे में भी देखेंगे निफ्टी पे, एंड देन वी विल डिसाइड ऑन द एक्शन प्लान फॉर टुमारो. So we'll do similar kind of analysis. We'll see how to set it up, what kind of chart play we are getting, and we will decide how to move ahead for tomorrow. So again, we'll meet again tomorrow, right? And we will see as to how to take this discussion forward. Whatever we have analyzed today is something which we're going to take it forward, plus other inputs which we are getting through the day. We will incorporate it, and then we'll see how to present an opinion and how to select stocks based on that. All right. So thank you so much for joining on this session. And I would like you to leave your comments, leave your likes on this video, because that's how we will know exactly what you're looking out for and how you are benefiting. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Have a great trading day. And like I have shared with you certain cautions, do be mindful of that so that you can benefit from your market participation. Okay. This is Raja Venkatraman signing off. Have a good day. See you then.